today's video, we're going to be teaching you guys how you can go and build yourself unlimited 95 plus player picks with the likes of PALETOOls. So between now and the 6th of October, I'm going to be uploading a daily free EAFC 25 trading guide. This will include everything to do on the web app to make as many coins as possible with both trading and investing. I'll be talking about the full release, what we expect to see regarding the market, and there'll also be a daily updated investing guide, all in there, updated every day for free. No gimmicks whatsoever, all you gotta do is click on the Google Docs link on the top link of the description. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is showing you guys the whole process from downloading PALETOOls through the whole process of basically building unlimited 95 plus player picks. Now, they are a relatively awkward sort of, SBC to build, but there is a system I've been using and it's been working really, really well. First off, if you're not aware of what PALETOOls is a free extension you can download, or I guess I'll show you in a sec how to go and get it. And it basically just allows you to build SBCs with the likes of hot buttons. For example, this is me pressing D, which adds the duplicates. There weren't any duplicates. I press T and it will auto build the SBCs. So yeah, it's a really, really efficient way of building SBCs over on FIFA. So first off, let's talk about how you can go and get yourself PALETOOls. Now I have tutorials on how to do it on iOS and Android, and even how to do it on PC. So if you guys are, or desktop, if you guys are interested, there are tutorials out there for you. We're going to talk about just how you can get on desktop. There's a really easy, fast way. All you got to do is head over to Google, go and type in PALETOOls. Now again, there are non-legit PALETOOL sites out there apparently. That's what the dev commented on. So make sure you're clicking on this one, which is https://pal.tools. You're going to go and click on this one, and there are literally 3 ways you can go and do it. On desktop, again, I do have a video for that, but I'll just cover the simple one on this one. So we're going to go and press PALETOOls V24, and then we've got ourselves a few of the different ways of getting PALETOOls. One of the ways is Tamper Monkey, another way is using a Android emulator, and the easiest way on desktop is like this. See, at the moment I do not have a bookmarks bar. The way we're going to do it is drag the link to the bookmarks bar and press it when the web app has finished loading. I don't have a bookmarks bar, but if I go and press Ctrl-Shift-B, it loads up the bookmarks bar, and now all I need to do is go and grab this link, just click on it and hold down, and then drop it there. You can see it's gone and added it in there. Perfect. Now all you need to do is head to the web app. Again, more likely than not, your web app is not going to have PALETOOls enabled. I'll go and refresh it right now just to show you what the web app looks like without PALETOOls enabled. There we go. It's hopefully going to go and log me in for the fluidity of the video. There you go. No PALETOOls downloaded. It's just normal settings. If I go to the SBCs, it's not going to give me any sort of special squad builders. It just gives me the basic stuff. Well, all I've got to do is click on PALETOOls V24.0 and boom. You can now see there's a PALETOOls menu. So we successfully downloaded PALETOOls. And also, if you don't like the bookmarks bar like I don't, just press Ctrl-Shift-B and boom, it's disappeared and you've got PALETOOls enabled. Every time you do load up the web app, you are going to have to click on the bookmarks thing, but it takes 1 second. Just press Ctrl-Shift-B, press Ctrl-Shift-B, then click on it, and then press Ctrl-Shift-B, and you're back to normal. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the settings you want to have enabled. There's a bunch of settings you do want to have enabled to make your life a little bit easier. First one, auto reclaim SBC rewards. Just means you have to have one less click when doing stuff. Don't enable babysitter. Claim all rewards. Make sure that's there. Decimal rating. Make sure this is enabled. Very, very useful. Disable pack opening animations. Makes for the process being a lot faster. Duplicate to SBC. Make sure this is set low to high. And then I think we don't care about any of this rubbish. We're going to scroll to the bottom, and then we've got transfer list to SBC. If you care about it, set this low to high. But this one you also want to have done, which is right at the bottom, which is unassigned to SBC. Set this low to high. Lovely. That should be your settings calibrated. We're now going to go and teach you guys the process. Now the process basically is 3 different things. One, what you need is you do need to go and get yourself just some semi-high rate. Well, you basically just need to get a bunch of semi-high rated fodder. We're talking 85 rated, maybe through to 90. So first thing I'm going to do is probably go and do a bunch of exchanges. If your club is absolutely stacked, skip about a minute. Or 30 seconds. This is basically just how you're going to go and get more high rated players in your club. You're going to do exchanges. So for example, we've clicked on the 88 one here. We're just going to go to unassigned. Or untradeable, sorry. And we're going to go and throw it in. Now the reason these are brilliant is because I'm going to go and throw in an 88 rated player. I'm then going to go and open up the pack, and if by magic it is going to give me more than just one 88 rated player. It's giving me an 87 rated player as a non-dupe, and then it's giving me a 94. So you can see net we've ended up with more high rated players. Perfect. So if you need more high rated players, just go and get yourself, or go and do yourself some exchanges. Now, once you've got yourself some high rated players, you're now going to have enough to go and do the 10x85 SBC. So now what you need to do is you need to head to your upgrades and you're going to go and favourite the 10x85. This is how we're going to get the high rateds to actually do the 95 rated Path to Glory thingy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and set up a template. This template is set up like this. So you're going to go and add yourself on, I think 6, you're going to add 6 things, so press add 6 times. And for each of these, you're going to press ignore player position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Each one is going to have ignore player position. This just means that it won't only use goalkeepers in goalkeeper, it will use goalkeepers in right back. If you've got multiple strikers, it can put them left back, right back, centre, mid. And obviously that's very good for efficiency. Now, you're also going to want to go and put rating low to high on the top 5. So you're going to click on this and you're going to go rating low to high. Rating low to high, rating low to high, rating low to high, rating low to high. The bottom one, you're going to want to throw it to most recent. That's because you want a bit more RNG, you want a bit more random sort of ratings popping up there. So, that's the columns done, that's the little thing done. Now let's go through each of the segments. First one is going to be minimum 75 rating, player count 7. This is just going to fill your team with a bunch of non-rares. You now want to go and add one variation of every... Oh yeah, here I don't care about the quality, don't care if it uses Pseudo-Americas, gold rares, gold non-rares, I couldn't care less. So next we're going to go to is we're going to go and add one of each version of the team of the season. So we're going to go player count 1, we're going to go player count 1, player count 1, player count 1, and then we're going to add each version of the team of the season. So special live team of the season, special team of the season, special team season moments, special team of season plus. This is because we don't know which versions of team of the seasons we're going to pack, so we'll just add one of everyone to play it safe. And the last one is how we're basically going to make sure we get the rating, and we're going to get that by going minimum 85 rated, maximum 97 rated to 10. It's not going to use 10 players, but it's nice to have a nice selection on the bench of what to do. So by building this, you're now going to press save. You now need to back out to the SBC menu and back in again. Now this is, if you guys watch my 85 tutorial, it's a little bit different how we're doing this compared to the 85, I guess, unlimited repeatable thing. We're going to press T, and what this is going to do is it's going to semi-build us the SBC, right? Now you're going to give it a second because it needs to load up the players on the bench. If you don't give it a second, it won't load up the players on the bench. So we only need one team this season and an 86 rating. So let's go and replace a few of these guys to make sure it works. And this is why you want to go and put 10 players at the bottom, because it gives me a nice selection. So we're going to go and replace that. Now ideally you're going to use your low rated players because your low rated players are going to allow you to use the high rateds in the 95 plus. Now what I would say is this is why I have the decimal point on. You can see right now it's exactly an 83, but if I go and replace a 76 with an 86, it's now up to an 84. Hopefully we can get it to trigger a bit of... There you go. So you can see if I put another 86, it's 84.91. This is really useful because it helps you just conserve a bit of high rating. Up until the 95 SBC came out, we didn't really care about conserving rating, but now we'd kind of quite like to keep high rated players. So there we go, we can get that. I mean, if I want to go and skim it a little bit, maybe I go and use an 85 for an 86, and there we go, we get closer. The closer you get to exactly 86, the more efficiently you're building them. You only want to use one team of the season? What we're going to do is going to go and submit that, and now what I want to do is I want to go and do another one. So there we go, we're going to go head in, press T, which is just going to build us the SBC, and then we're going to have a little play around again. Again, we kind of only want to be using one team of the season. It doesn't really matter too much because you do end up getting a lot of team of seasons. Only at 83 rated, so let's go and switch out some of these players, some of these non-rares. There we go, up to 84.8, up to 85. Now, if you don't want to spend as long switching out players, just switch in a few high rateds, but the high rateds will be quite nicely kept. So there we go. That's our second 10x85. You should now have two 10x85s. The reason you want to have two 10x85s is this is what's going to go and build your 95 player pick. So you're going to go and open up the first one, and you are ever so lucky, and you get yourself Pascara. Do we get more high rated players? Nice. We get Duke Rafinha, Duke James, Duke Gilly. So now what we're going to do is we want to go and make sure we've got the 95 player pick favorited. So what we get from the 10x85s is what we're actually going to go and put in the 95 player pick. Now if you get something really good, you can go and lock the player, which means it won't be automatically put in. Otherwise, you're just going to go and throw everything you got in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and we got a 97 rated, so I'm going to start with a 91. We're going to go to challenge. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to edit SBC template. So just like we had a template for the 10x85s, we have a template for these, but they're kind of completely different. There is one thing that is the same though, and that is going to be one of each of the team of the seasons. We've got live team of the season, team of the season, team of the season plus, team of the season moments. And for each of them, you want to make sure the player count is 1, and you want to make sure ignore player positions is on. I'd also recommend putting rating low to high. You can do whatever you want. So there we go. That's the first part. Just making sure we have one of each team this season, just like the last one. The thing that is different, and you want to make sure this is the first part in the what's it called? Like the template, is this. Basically, you want it to put in 12 85 to 97 ratings. You also want to make sure ignore player position is on, and you also want most recent. The reason we have this is now it's basically going to give me 12 random 85 to 97s. And just like I was saying earlier, it's quite good to conserve rating. Obviously, an SBC needs 11 players, but if you give yourself 12, you give yourself a lot more wiggle room for putting in players. So we're going to go and press save. But the first thing we're actually going to do is going to back out the SBC. Is we want to go and use those duplicates, right? We've got duplicates from the 10 times 85. So to use the duplicates, we're going to press D. And you can see it's putting that Rafinha, the Gilly, and the James. We're now going to press T, and that's going to go and build the rest of the SBC. Now, for some reason we've got this error. Hopefully it's going to build it and put the rest of the players on the bench. It has, perfect. So you can see right now, we need a 91 rated. We also only need to use one team this season. We actually don't have any team this seasons on it. Perfect. So what I can now do is I want to get it a little bit high rated. There we go. Now it's a little bit too high rated, so maybe what I do is I see if I can save everyone's favourite player, Cucurella. No, maybe I can't get away with saving Cucurella. I maybe could get away with saving Cucurella if I'm happy to put in Golovin. Maybe. Now what you want to bear in mind is whatever you do, use these three players. Or whatever you do, use your duplicates. Because if you don't use your duplicates, you're going to have to discard them. So it's a waste for me to try and save Rafinha because he's a 97 because, you know, I literally have him as a duplicate. So the only players you kind of really want to play around with are the non-dupes. So I think what I'm going to do in this situation, I'm actually going to go and put in Pires there. I then am going to go and, I don't know, we'll just put in Golovin. But as I say, you kind of want to get that as close as possible for 91. I guess maybe if I wanted to, I could drop Modric right there, save a little bit, and so on. So we're going to go and submit that, and that's going to be your first part. Now you're going to move on to the second part. But before you do the second part, you need to go and open up another pack, because this is what's going to fund it. So let's open up that pack. We get Miedeminer, Crespo, Govu, and perfect. We get ourselves 98 in Cuckoo, 97 on Henry, 95 Kalulu, 92 Desai. This is potentially going to be very, very easy now. So we head back to the SBC. We're going to go to challenge, but what I want to do first is I want to go and make the template. So the template for this is going to be basically the same thing. So we're going to use we're going to have one team of the season moments, one team of the season plus, one team of the season, one live team of the season, and that's it. You're going to ignore each player positions, and you're going to put rating low to high. Your top one, I'd say you're going to go minimum rating 85, and your player count is going to be 10. Ignore player position, most recent. And then because I found that I wasn't quite getting the rating sometimes, I decided to add a few super high rated players to the bench just so they could hard carry. And there I've gone minimum rating 95, player count 5, most recent, ignore player positions. So you're going to go and save this. You're then going to go and back out the SBC. You're then going to go into the challenge. You're going to press D and it's going to go and use all those duplicates. You're going to press T and it's going to go and use that template. There we go. So we only actually need a 92 rating. So let's go and save a little bit. Now ideally I need to put team of the season in as well. So there we go. There's a team of the season. So now let's go and use some lower rated players where I can. Now it's a bit annoying because originally what I actually did was I actually put a few non-res on the bench. The reason I put a few non-res on the bench is just in case it was super high rated. But I was actually never finding it being too high rated. So this is a very rare case because I mean what have we packed? Like 3 97 plus, or you know, 2 97 pluses and a 98. So more times than not, you're going to need to add rating, not take it away. But in this rare situation, we actually need to take away a bit of rating. Can we take away that much? No, maybe that's a bit of an extreme. Let's go and do that. And there we go. We've got ourselves 92 rated. So there we go. We've got ourselves our player pick, and that is the whole system. I'll go through it once again. So we redeem the player pick. We get ourselves. I kind of already have anyone who's pretty decent. We'll keep Gilly there. So send him to the club. So the first thing again you want to go and do is do your exchanges if you need more high rateds. I don't believe I need more high rateds. You're then going to go to fund the 95 plus. You're going to go and do 2 10 times 85s. So press T to go and build this. There we go. You're going to give it a second because it needs to load in all the players. You then needed to throw some players on the bench. Ideally, I don't want to use in that brand new Gilly, so let's go and save Gilly there. Let's go and put in Matey there, and then that's it. You need to be 86 rated. So can we make it 86 rated? No, we're going to have to probably put Miedeminer, and we're going to have to go and put Modric back. There we go. Submit that. We're now going to go and do another one because, of course, we need 2 to go and do the SBC. So there we go. Here's the second one building. Again, we'll go and give it a second. Ideally as well, I don't really want to using that Henry. So let's go and try and save Henry. There we go. We're going to go and put James there. We're going to go and put Matey there. And again, we still do need to use some other high-rated player. So who's the lowest rated here? We're going to put in Desaid. It's going to take it to an 86. There we go. So that is our two 10x85s done. We're now going to head to the store. We're going to open up one of the packs. We get a Cardi and Friends. Do we get any high-rated dupes? Not amazing in this one. So because I didn't get any high-rated dupes, do you know what? I'm going to prioritise putting this one into the 91. If you get loads of high-rated dupes, prioritise in the 92. If you don't get loads of high-rated dupes, prioritise in the 91. So first off, we're going to put those two dupes in. Then I'm going to press T, and that's going to build the rest of the squad. But we can see it is a little bit too low rated. So we're going to move on to the bench, and we're going to play around a little bit here. So let's go and put Kalulu in for Laporte. Ooh, a little bit too high rated even. So we can go and drop we only want to use one team of the season, really. We can maybe chase in. There we go. We've got a little bit more to work with. Anyone else we can go and save. Let's go and save her. And there we go, 91.9. That's pretty efficient. Now let's go and open up the second 10x85. What are we going to get? We get a 97 João Felix. Duplicates, only a 92 Bergkamp and an 87 Mead. So not going to be the highest rated, but I'm going to put in those two duplicates by pressing D. We're then going to press T to build the rest of the squad. We're only 0.3 off. I mean, it is using that João Felix, and maybe what I try and do, I only really have high-rated players left, to be honest. We can go and put in her, change out Robinson. We'll try and save the team of the season. João Felix. Can we get away with switching out João Felix? And it's now too significantly low. I mean, I basically would have to put in either João Felix and then put in Rafinha. And there we go. And if we want to save a bit more rating, maybe we change out Girassi. There you go, exactly a 92. And now we're back to a pick. And that is literally the whole system. There you go, we're going to take company. The system again is exchanges if you run out of high-rated players. If you've got enough high-rated players, you do two 10x85s, and then you go and put in those duplicates from the 10x85s, along with other stuff in your club using the templates. Yeah, I mean, eventually you will come across SBC soft bans if you want to avoid them. If you're on next gen, switch to old gen. If you're on next gen, go onto your console, go load up the old gen version of FIFA, then back out of Ultimate Team, and you'll be able to go and build more. Likewise, if you have iOS, you can go and build these on iOS. If you're on Android, you'll be able to go and build these on Android. And if you're on desktop, you actually can load up BlueStacks and then download Inject via that. So there's a few other things you can do, but that has been that. Thank you very much for watching. I say it was a bit of a convoluted method. It took me a while to get my head around, but this is as close as I could find. Again, it's not going to be like a 10x85. You can just throw whatever you just put into the next one. It is always going to be a little bit more awkward, so do be a little bit patient with it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.